The Dreamer of Baghdad. Prologue: A city of two rivers, one vision. Baghdad, 819 CE. The Tigris flows thick with history, and the air hums with the call to prayer, the chatter of traders, and the quiet rustle of parchment. At the heart of the round city in the palace of the Caliph, a man paces. Al-Ma'mun, commander of the faithful, is not restless with war, but with a hunger no feast can satisfy, a hunger for knowledge. His father, Harun al-Rashid, left him a chest of jewels and a library. Al-Ma'mun finds himself drawn more to the library. The council chamber is tense. The old guard, generals, tax collectors, courtiers, shift in their seats. Al-Ma'mun stands before a massive map of the world, not of territories, but of ideas. "Tell me, Thabit." Al-Ma'mun's voice is calm, like a scholar's, but it carries the weight of the caliphate. "What is the strongest wall? Stone and mortar, reinforced by loyal men. And what if I told you the Greeks have a formula in a book called Mechanica for a mortar 10 times stronger? What if the Persians have designs for siege engines we cannot dream of, locked in a poem? What if the Indians possess a number, a mere circle, that could revolutionize our accounting?" He lets the silence hang. Then he drops his catalyst. "Last night, I had a dream. Aristotle himself stood before me. His words were not Greek, but clear Arabic. He said, 'There is no conflict between reason and revelation. Truth is one. Seek it wherever it lies, and you will honor the Creator who gave man a mind to use.'" A murmur runs through the room. A dream of the ancient sage? This was not just policy. It was divine inspiration. "I am not dismantling our faith," Al-Ma'mun continues, passion igniting his eyes. "I am building its greatest fortress, a fortress of the mind. We will launch not ships of war, but caravans of peace, to Constantinople, to the monasteries of Syria, to the universities of Jundishapur. We will bring back their books, their stars, their numbers, and we will translate them. Every word. For every dinar spent on a translator, we will earn 10 in solved problems. Healthier crops, healthier people, unbreakable bridges, and a legacy that will outlast any sword." He walks to the window, gesturing to the bustling city below. "I do not just want Baghdad to be the richest. I want it to be the smartest. A beacon so bright, centuries from now, people will look back and say, 'There was the light of the world.' Who will help me turn this dream into ink and parchment?" The caravan of curiosities motivation alone is not enough. Al-Ma'mun understands spectacle. The first great caravan returns from Byzantine lands. It doesn't just carry chests. It is a public parade. Before the eyes of thousands in the main square, the treasures are unveiled. A giant armillary sphere of bronze, capturing the heavens in metal. A water clock that chimes the hour with mechanical birds, and most importantly, humble-looking chests, carried with the care of holy relics, filled with parchment and leather-bound codices. The people gawk. Al-Ma'mun stands before them, holding a water-damaged Greek text of Euclid's Elements. "See this?" he calls out. "To some it is rotting skin. To our enemies, it is a dead man's scribble. But to us?" He gestures to a young Persian scholar, Musa al-Khwarizmi, who steps forward. "To this man, it is the blueprint of reality. The lines and circles in this book can measure our fields, design our canals, and navigate our ships across unknown seas. We are not importing foreign magic. We are reclaiming the lost inheritance of all humanity." He then announces the Golden Scale Edict. From this day, the scholars of the Beit al-Hikmah will be paid their weight in gold, translated into the books they produce. The crowd erupts. A scholar's mind, not just a soldier's arm, could bring wealth and honor to a family. The motivation becomes tangible: prestige, fortune, and participation in a grand celestial project. The house where the world spoke Arabic inside the Beit al-Hikmah. The revolution lives. Here, Al-Ma'mun is not just caliph, but a fellow seeker. He walks the halls in simple robes, startling a group of translators. In one room, Hunayn ibn Ishaq, a Christian, debates the precise Arabic term for a Greek medical term with a Muslim grammarian. In another, a Hindu astronomer from Sind and a Zoroastrian from Persia argue over star charts using an Indian numeral system on a sand table. Do they always argue so fiercely? Al-Mamun whispers to the librarian. Amun's stumberfly. Only about the nature of truth, Commander. It is the most productive noise in the empire. Al-Mamun joins a circle where the philosopher Al-Kindi is explaining Aristotle's logic. The philosopher of the Arabs sees the Caliph and stumbles. Your Excellency, I did not see. Proceed, Yaqub, Al-Mamun says, taking a seat on the floor among them. If God's Caliph cannot sit at the feet of wisdom, then what is this all for? In that moment, the message is seared into every witness. The pursuit of knowledge is the highest form of worship, and the seeker its most honored servant. Sound of the future. Years later, an old General Thabit, now retired, visits the Beit al-Hikmah. His son works there, translating a Persian text on engineering. The general finds Al-Mamun in an observatory, peering through a newly perfected astrolabe. You were right, Commander, Thabit grumbles, his warrior's pride softened by age. I hear the clink of coins from the new irrigation systems. I see the hospitals using diagrams from those Greek books. But it is quiet. Where's the glory? Al-Mamun smiles, handing him the astrolabe. Listen more closely, old friend. Thabit listens. He hears the scratch of reed pens, the soft turn of pages, the murmur of debate in a dozen languages, the clink of mathematical instruments. It is not the silence of peace, it is the hum of a thinking hive. That, says Al-Mamun, his eyes on the stars visible through the dome, is the sound of the future being built. Not with the roar of a single victory, but with the whispered collaboration of 1,000 minds. It is the sound of a revolution that will never end. And in that hall, under the Caliph's gaze, the ancient world's knowledge was patiently, fervently being translated, questioned, improved, and reborn in the language of the Quran, setting a fire that would illuminate the centuries to come.